What if you're not bad at actually enjoying your life? You're just too busy making sure everyone else is okay. This weekend, I realized that's exactly what I've been doing, and it's ruining my life experience. I went to the river 2 days in a row. The first day, I sent my mom some pictures, and she had asked me, like, if I enjoyed myself. And when I reflected on that question as the deep thinker that I am, I realized I probably didn't have the day that I wanted or needed. And thinking about why that was hit me the next day. So we went to the river the next day, and I wanted to be in the sun. So I walked into the sun and I put my butt in the water and I just sat there. The day before, we have a new puppy, and I'm constantly trying to control the experience that he has. And I realize I do this with most of the people in my life. And so the day before, I was trying to make sure he wasn't drinking the river water. I was trying to make sure he wasn't putting anything in his mouth that he shouldn't. I was trying to make sure he was listening to my boyfriend. I was trying to make sure that he wasn't running away. And I was so overwhelmed by the need to control and the need to control circumstances that were like outside of my hands. And I do this all of the time. And I wonder how many of us do this, especially women. I feel like this is deeply programmed into us to constantly be managing and fixing and anticipating and preventing, and it's exhausting. There's no wonder why we're so burnt out all of the time, because we're carrying so many things that we don't need to. And unfortunately, we call this caring, but you don't need to burn yourself out in order to prove that you care. You don't need to control the aspect of everything that's happening around you in order to show that you love the people around you, in order to have a good time, because let's be honest, you're probably not. Just like what I realized, you know what? I didn't have the day that I wanted or needed. And maybe everyone else was okay, but at the expense of myself. And that's one thing that I'm really starting to learn is not okay. If everyone around me is having a blissful time, but I'm internally feeling like pressure and resentment, it's not worth it. And so I'm sitting there with my butt in the water, and I decided I am no longer going to be the woman that is controlling everything. I'm no longer going to be the woman that is carrying all of this. Number one, it's unnecessary. And number two, it's impossible. When you're the type of mother who make sure that everybody else has their meal before you. Everybody else is eating. Everybody else has what they need. They all have their juice. They all have their condiments. They all have their specific vegetables on their own plate. And you're eating your cold food. You are teaching the members of your family that mothers and women come last. And I don't know about you, but I really believe this is a program that we need to break, that we need to teach by example through ourselves, through how we love and care for ourselves, that we are important. And the experience that we have in this life is important. When we feel good, when we're having a good time, when we're having a good experience, when we're having a good adventure, when we're having a good vacation, everybody else prospers from that. Everybody else feels that energy. But when we're constantly trying to control the outcome, to make sure everybody has their snack, to do A to Z mental load list in our heads, people feel that. And it dampens the experience. It's okay if not everyone has a snack. It's okay if you let your husband or your boyfriend or your mom or the babysitter, the nanny, pick up what you didn't carry. It's like taking all the groceries in one load, which, like, guilty as charged. If it's too heavy, set it down. Let somebody else pick up a bag. You don't have to carry it all. This comes up in so many places in my own life. Getting out of the car, I try to get everything. I'm trying to put everything in my bag and carry it all. And my boyfriend's like, what are you doing? Take the dog, go. I got everything else. And it's hard for me to say, okay, sure, thank you. It feels impossible, because when you grow up being a people pleaser and you grow up with that programming that you need to carry the mental load and you need to be the one doing everything and you need to be be the one controlling and managing and fixing and preventing and anticipating. Trying to not do that anymore, you're breaking an identity, and that is really difficult. So if you're in this space and you're struggling like me, like, how do I set this down? Just try little things and decide, like, I'm no longer the woman that carries everything. I'm gonna let other people around me step up. And if they don't step up, that just shows me that the role that I was playing before that was absolutely crushing me is a role that they benefited off of. And if I'm no longer in that role and they're no longer benefiting, then maybe we are no longer a match. And that's okay, because you don't want to shrink yourself. You don't want to put yourself in a box that you worked really hard to get out of, because this identity is deep. So when I realized all of this, I realized that I don't want to miss out on my life anymore. I don't want to miss out on being present, because I'm constantly in my mind thinking of all of the ways that I need to improve the situation, of all of the things that I need to bring, of all of the things that we need to do, of all of the things that could go wrong. I don't want to ruin my experience like that. So I'm no longer the woman that carries the mental load, and you don't have to either. If you're not going to give yourself permission, I will. I hope this video helped you. I'll see you in the next one.